This is the today's special, 26% off the Janome 30-stitch sewing machine. This is the C30W, and it is a monster. And I say that in the nicest way possible because I myself am a sewing fanatic. You know this. I talk about it all the time. I love to cosplay. I love to hem my own clothes. I'm 5'2". I can't afford to be sending off my clothes to a tailor, so I had to learn how to sew. But even for folks who have never sewn before and want to get into the craft of sewing, this is going to be the machine that you're going to want in your life because it's easy to use. They have all the videos available for you. We're going to talk about that in just a little bit, but let's talk about the value, because anytime you shop for a new sewing machine, it's daunting. You look at it and you say, that's hundreds of dollars to be able to spend for one machine that I barely know how to use. But in the case of Janome, this is a Japanese brand that is well known, it's top tier. They have offered you this latest technology in an amazing sewing machine for this low price. This is a low price, you know it if you've been in the market and looking for sewing machines. $169.95 is not something you see on the market regularly. So this today's special is phenomenal. And of course, we're going to talk about all the bells and whistles that make it even more so much more of a value in just a bit. But let's just talk really quickly about being able to make those projects happen, because it's not just sewing clothes we're talking about. For all our crafters out there that do the paper crafts, this is a machine that's going to help you with that too. Can you imagine that? Being able to sew into your paper crafts? We'll get into it, but before we do, I'd like to welcome in a friend of ours that is so good. She has so many years of being able to show us how to sew, how to use these amazing machines, and of course it's Jennifer Tryon.
Hi.
Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us.
I'm so excited to be here, and you're absolutely right. You can sew into paper, but that does not mean that this is not a real heavy-duty sewing machine,
right?
It's not a toy, okay? You might be looking at the price going, yeah, some craft company came up with a machine that we could sew on paper. Yes, you can sew on paper, but Janome has been making sewing machines for over 130 years. It's all Janome does. They're the experts on sewing machines. And look at being able to add stitches to your scrapbook pages like this, instead of having to use adhesive all the time. What if for your Christmas cards this year, you attached your little trees with thread instead of glue? There's just such cute things that we can be doing, you know, just to be able to add that kind of texture around your little journaling cards. It's these subtle touches. Now, granted, yes, we're doing, you know, card making, scrapbooking, but this is a real live sewing machine. So look at how we've got that cute decorative stitch. Oh, this machine's got 30 stitches. I even put a zipper down the front of my actual card. But let's get into everything this can do, because I am going to sew on some paper to get us going, but I don't want you to be fooled by the price tag. It's the #1 thing I think that might throw people off. It's such a good deal because of HSN's buying power, but let's see what you get. This is an all-metal machine on the inside, and if you're doing due diligence and looking around at other machines at this price point, you might wonder, no, all metal. Other machines have plastic parts on the inside. Janome, it's their policy, all metal. That's why when I'm gonna go top speed on this machine on a decorative stitch, you don't see it bouncing around the table. And you see here, I'm sewing into paper. Isn't that so cool? I'm using one of those decorative stitches to make this little tree. And just out of some fabric here, I've cut out these cute little butterflies. So now I could be doing like some little fabric butterflies right on my card. And you can see I'm not having to do anything different. I'm just using a regular stitch, regular foot, and getting those down onto the paper. So cute. And just even those little extra threads kind of give it that homespun, such a cute technique. It goes through paper the same way it would go through fabric, like butter. So once you've got them on there, then you can add it to your card front. And let's go ahead and change the stitch. I used that decorative stitch here for the vine, but if you kind of take a look at the brains of the operation, this is a completely computerized sewing machine. And some people might be used to seeing sewing machines that have the knobs on them where you have to turn, and they might think, oh, I don't need all of that computerization. I'm not a very good sewer yet, or I only need it for here and there. The computerized sewing machine actually it helps you become a better sewer. It does a lot of the thinking for you. So when I go down and choose my stitch, you can see I've got all 30 stitches available for me right on the front. So if I'm wanting to get to just a straight stitch, stitch number 1, I toggle down to switch to stitch 1. And you can see it's all computerized here. That means the machine automatically chose the optimal stitch width and the optimal stitch length for me. If you had the knobs or other machines in this price point, you would have to turn that knob and find that optimal stitch.
Yes,
here,
exactly.
that computerization's actually taking care of that for you. So now when I run that, let's do a little border along my card here. When I run that thread all the way down, and I'm just gonna go right around with my green thread, it's chosen a stitch that's automatically going to work for what I'm doing. And so don't fear the computerization. It actually, it's very, very helpful. People ask me all the time, you know, what kind of machine should I get? And I always say, get the best computerized machine that you can get. And when I saw that price today, I thought, is that the first payment? That's what I thought.
That it was broken up, right?
That's what I thought, it was broken up. It's an incredible value that Janomi's done on this machine, and it just speaks to the power buying of HSN here and what you can get when you shop through HSN, because this is a real sewing machine, you guys. You know, Janomi's been making sewing machines for, like I said, over 100 years, 130 years, and it's because they're doing something right. So if you're shopping around for sewing machines, why this one compared to, say, one at a big box store, because this is like a big box price, right? All metal. Let's take a tour of the machine and take a look at what you're going to get for that price. So yes, you're getting the machine. It comes with a free arm. So let's say you do want to make costumes or hem your pants. I'm going to get to that. We're going to go from practical to Pinterest in the blink of an eye here.
Love it.
That's what you can do with this machine. You've got your automatic needle up, down. That means with just the press of a button, you're not having to even hand wheel anything. Press the button, needle goes up, down. You've got a lock stitch. What that does is it ties off.
That's awesome.
So you don't have to back stitch if you don't want, but you do have automatic reversal, so that automatic back stitch button. If we come on down, everywhere you thread the machine is numbered. So if you're new to this and I don't know how to thread it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-step threading.
I'm so glad you mentioned threading, because something a lot of our customers are gonna love. I love particularly because my vision is terrible.
This little thing
Tell
right
me about
here.
it. Tell me about it.
Right here, I'm gonna pull it down. So my needle, this is the automatic needle threader.
Wait,
so
say it one more time.
It's the automatic needle threader. So when you pull this down right here, loop your thread around and then gently pull up. And then what happens is you get this little loop on the inside of the machine, and all you have to do is pull, and the needle is threaded.
I can't even. That is right there. That's the value.
Well, this is a feature that's normally reserved for, you know, I'm not going to say it's reserved for high-end machines. High-end machines like Janomi's have automatic needle threaders. And this is a Janome. It's not a toy machine. It's not a craft machine, like meant for, you know, paper. It's a real sewing machine that they've brought on today, because we know that if you're a creative person, that if you love paper, boy, you're going to love fabric.
Before you get to showing something very important, which is, of course, on this computer, which we're going to explain in just a second, I just wanted people to know, for one, I'm in the market for a new sewing machine. I keep talking about this because I'm waiting to find the perfect machine at the perfect price point, right? Janome is it. I'm so grateful because this is the machine that, of course, you just can't believe that this is what we're offering it for, but that's what our today's specials are. And again, it's a craftastic event, so we're so grateful to be able to show people that if you're a sewer and you're a crafter, you can be both. And if you're brand new to either, this is an opportunity to start with an amazing machine. You're not going to start with a starter machine. You're going to be starting with a machine that you can grow with. And all the bells and whistles. I have the oldest machine on the planet, because think about it. Are you one of those people who got a hand-me-down machine? Maybe your mom gave it to you, the one you learned on, and it broke, like what happened to me. You need to get with the latest and greatest. And that is a computerized sewing machine, because it not only gives you that perfect stitch for the project that you're working on, but it's the value of knowing that you're not going to make a mistake early on and then give up on it, because that's money, that's time. And so think about when you're brand new to something like sewing and you want to be able to have a great experience right off the bat, At a price like this, you know you're already starting off well, so you're inspired to get started. So for all of our brand new customers who are just joining us and saying, oh my gosh, I need a sewing machine. I'm so grateful this is today's special and this price is amazing. Guess what? We're gonna make it even better, because not only are you getting the today's special price, but our brand new card members, if you apply for the HSN credit card, we are giving you $50 to put towards this amazing deal. So it makes it $119.95 for a brand new sewing machine, top of the line from Janome. This is a not to be missed opportunity.
It's incredible. And remember I said we could go from practical to Pinterest this summer. I know.
It's reversible?
It's reversible,
oh my gosh.
totally. Because when you make things yourself, you get to pick the fabric, you get to pick the style. And you know what? Summer sun hats, we've been making these like crazy. I did a free class on my Facebook page, and this is what you can kind of do. I'm gonna show you how to do it in just a second.
And it's just a few pieces of fabric.
It's just, this is a 1 yard of fabric, like half a yard of this print, half a yard of this print. And
so
cool. Cute little crafty things like that. Cute little crafty things like a little doggy placemat.
Yes,
I mean,
to soak up all the water that they splash all over the place.
Honestly, that's so annoying. Little cute little dog bandanas.
You know that's what we want to make for them.
It's like being able to do these little cute projects. They don't take all day. It's just a little, and then when you're taking your dog for a walk or whatever, it's got a cute little something. And not only could you make it with the thin fabric, but this machine is tough enough to go through the webbing.
I love that. So you can make your own, really, when you get to that point, you can make your own dog leashes.
Dog leashes, absolutely.
Custom made to your preferences. They're gonna have all the Star Wars stuff, I tell you.
I know, because you can get whatever fabric you want, which is so, so fun. But then, my number one tip, leave your sewing machine out and leave it threaded. That way, when you have to do something practical, like hem your pants, you're ready to go. And this machine comes with all the stitches to do blind hems, regular hems, hemming your curtains.
Yeah.
When you're doing something like a cuff, like the edge of the pants, you're gonna take off that free arm. It's gonna allow you to get the leg of your pants right inside there. And that's really key when you're doing repairs and alterations, is having a machine that's gonna be able to accommodate. So if you're looking at machines in this price point, my guess is that that free arm won't be there. And they may not come with the blind hem stitches. So let's go through and how you choose your stitch. So we just toggle up in the stitch mode, and we'll go over to the blind hem stitch. Let's choose stitch number 12. Now in your manual, it's gonna tell you what stitches do what, so don't worry if you can't identify these right now. We've got you covered there. And so once I've chosen stitch 12, if I wanted to make it bigger or wider, I could just toggle down to stitch width, or I can go down to stitch length, make it a little bit longer if I need a longer stitch, and off we go. And now, this machine, don't run over your pins, number one tip. Every time you go to the dry cleaners to hem your pants or your skirt, think about the fact that you could do this in, I'm gonna do this whole cuff in less than 30 seconds at home. So if you leave it out, leave it threaded, it's just a great way to save some money in the long run.
In the long run. And I think a lot of people don't think about it from that perspective, is that when you spend, especially because this is already a great deal, eventually you're gonna be making your money back. And all the times that you no longer have to depend on your dry cleaners, on asking your grandma to do it, or asking your sister who happens to sew to do it, you can get in on the action and start really making all your clothes custom to you.
Well, and
which is amazing.
How long did that take to do one cuff? Now, that's the stitching on the inside of the pants. You see all the stitching, but on the outside, now you would use brown or black thread at home. Yeah. But that blind hem just gives you all those little tick, tick, tick marks. Can you see them there on TV? And that's gonna allow you to have that professional hemmed finish at home. I mean, 10, 15 bucks one off, okay. But if you're, someone who needs to alter something every time you buy something, you've got that built into this machine. And if you do it, 5 times, you've paid for the machine. Right. You know what I mean? Exactly. And not only that, you're doing these sort of practical things, but then you're moving on to something like, let's say you wanted to make an heirloom, a whole quilt.
Now keep in mind, you're thinking to yourself, wait, that is not easy. That requires a special, durable, heavy-duty sewing machine. That is Janome. That is what this machine can do. And I love that you brought this up, because when you have to quilt, there are specific feet for that. This comes with all the feet, is that right?
Let's go through what this comes with
again.
It comes
with so much.
It comes with, you know, really, really great accessories. I'm just gonna walk behind you here.
Okay.
So let's look at what we're getting. We're talking about quilting there. If you just use your regular everyday zigzag foot that the machine comes with, you're gonna line up your edge right along there. So that's coming with the machine.
Yeah.
It's also coming with the zipper foot. It also, remember when I was doing the cards, you're gonna use the craft foot for that, for all those decorative stitches.
Okay.
And that's because it's clear and it's wide, so you can see those big stitches in between that foot. Comes with that. You're getting extra bobbins, you're getting extra needles, you're getting the automatic buttonhole foot. Now, you might not know how to do a buttonhole right now or sew on the button, but you will. You will. Because it comes with it. And the other thing it comes with, and I'm gonna show you on my computer right here, you're getting the needles, the cleaner, the extra spool pin, the seam ripper, bobbins. But what Janome has done is created a landing page for you. Go to janome.com/C30. That's this machine, C30. And what they've done is, if you're new to sewing, here's your introduction to your machine. You're not searching YouTube for how to thread someone else's sewing machine. It's yours. How to wind the bobbin. There it is, how to thread the machine. There's that buttonhole, how to do the buttonhole. What accessories it comes with and what you use them for.
Awesome.
Look at the needle threader, that automatic needle threader, how to use it, how to choose your stitches and what you use them for. What are these extra buttons? And you know, in case you're not remembering my presentation when you get it home, it's all here for you on the C30 landing page. So you're not having to go searching online for every, you know, YouTuber that's using some other machine. And I really want to stress, when you're looking at the price, this is a real Janome sewing machine that we carry at Janome dealers.
Yes.
All metal on the inside. It's not going to be bouncing around your table. It's a beautiful machine, 11 pounds. So if you're looking for a second machine or a machine that you want to gift to your grandchild, maybe you have a really high-end Janome, but you want to pass on that quality for someone who's just getting started, you can assure yourself that you're still giving them everything you love about your big old Janome in this 11-pound bundle, perfect for the craft room.
It's perfect. And look at that silhouette, look at that profile. It is not going to take up a lot of space, but it's going to do all the big projects that you already are excited to do. Because we have all these projects kind of lined up to show you what you can do with this amazing sewing machine. So know that. You are going to save money over the long haul, because not only are you using this for your projects, you're using this to hem your clothes. You're gonna be using this to save money on not having to have somebody else do it. But again, we're talking about a sewing machine that will do it all. And really, if you went and searched for how much sewing machines are these days, there is not a sewing machine on the market at this price point with this computer technology, which really is cutting edge, because that's what you want when you're buying a brand new machine that you want to invest in. Janome has recognized that this is one that you can learn off of, but then you can also make truly a part of your whole craft experience, so that it really will be the machine that you're going to be using for everything and all the time, because that's what we want, right? We want a quality machine, but we also want one that we're gonna use because it's easy. But look at this, we're talking about all of this information free that comes with the machine, because the brand has understood that not everyone is really trained up to use a sewing machine. And that is really a hindrance to the folks who say, I don't know if I can get into sewing. Don't let that stop you. Janome has all the tutorials, as we saw, Jennifer showed us on the website. So get it now. Do not wait, because you will then go, oh my gosh, I should have gotten that sewing machine But this is today's special, so it's only here for 24 hours to be able to get this price on the Janome, because this is not the price it is all the time.
No, I thought this was a payment.
This is yes, exactly. And for that reason, we also wanted to let you know we do sell a tote bag that you can get as well to make sure you have the best investment, right? You want to make sure that you're protecting your sewing machine, but as Jennifer said, you are not going to want to put this away. You're going to want to have this plugged in for whenever you need it. And look at how it works. It is a smooth, quiet machine. I have had many a sewing machine that sounds like
an old clunker.
An old clunker for sure. So get this, because it already has all the latest technology for the most amazing price point. So let's talk again about our brand new sewers. Are you brand new to sewing? Have you always wanted to start, but you were just thinking to yourself, I can't afford to buy a $500, $600 machine? This is your opportunity to finally get in on a craft that you know you will do. At $169.95, you cannot beat that price, but think about it from the perspective of what HSN is offering you in terms of value. Our brand new card holders, if you apply for one today and you are brand new to shopping with us, we are giving you $50 to spend on anything you see during our Craftastic event. And if you put it towards this Janome machine, you're spending just under $120 for this fantastic new investment. I love it.
And how fun to just be able to maybe get your girlfriends or your sisters together, cut out the pattern. I've got this pattern on my website.
Gosh.
And like, let's make some summer sun hats for the garden. You know, make yourself a customized garden apron. You know, be doing things that are practical, mending the barbecue cover.
Yes.
I took these are actually from my back deck. I brought them in my suitcase.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
really?
pillows and all, because I wanted to show you the heavy-duty fabric is no problem for this machine. I had some extra. In fact, I installed a zipper. You can see it. It's like big. This is waterproof upholstery outdoor fabric. No problem. Pass me the little zipper foot, that little gray one right in the front here. Yep, that's right. And I'm going to show you how to do the zipper. Because the machine has just pop on and off feet. So I press that button. So to change the presser foot, it's just like that. And then to snap on the new foot, it's just right down.
Look at that.
You're not having to get out a screwdriver. It all snaps on and off. And when you're adding a zipper to something, you want to be top stitching it down. So that means we want to get as close to the zipper as possible. However, this is outdoor fabric. This is going to have a lot of wear and tear, a lot of weather. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to choose stitch number 5. This is triple stitch.
Oh,
what triple stitch does when I go up to number 5 is it gives me, for every one stitch, 3 stitches on top of one another.
There we go.
So when you're wanting to do something heavy duty,